Hello. So last video we saw about the principal component analysis and how it can be done using the Python code. We saw that in the Jupyter Notebook. Uh, Later we were supposed to see the plot of the PCA and do some discussion about it. But then I thought that it is better to return to the report instead of taking a look at the PCA plots on the Jupyter Notebook. It's ideal to come back to the report and take a look at them over there because the report also gives a brief analysis of the plot. So these are the plot. These have been taken from the Jupyter Notebook. You can see the same plots in the Jupyter Notebook if you run the code over there. Um, so we have plotted the principal component 1 and principal component 2 over here, and then principal component 3 and 2 alongside. Uh, because we did not have currently the code capability of showing the plot in 3 dimensions, so the simplest way was to show the 2 dimensional plot put next to each other. So you can imagine PC3 and PC2 in the z-axis, and then it generates a 3 dimensional view of PC1, 2, and 3. It has got a very interesting story to tell. So here the colors in the legend, they represent different stocks, 6 stocks of our choice that we have selected. Um, Let us start by public bank. Public bank, as you can see, the hypothesis, uh, what we were trying to test over here is that the bank stock should behave like bank stock. So all the bank stock grouped under banking segment should have the similar kind of behavior, right? That was the hypothesis that we were wanting to study and evaluate. Well, just by doing the principal component analysis, it has shown very clearly that's not the case, because you can see green, which is RHB Bank, and red, which is Public Bank. Public Bank is represented more strongly by the principal component 1 over here. As you can see that principal component 1 changes in the principal component 1 uh, have very little changes in the principal component 2 uh, on, for the public bank. So public bank is uh, driven more by represented more strongly by principal component 1. That's what it means, and the representation is positive by the positive slope that you can see. Now in case of RHB shows an interesting behavior that it goes along with Takaful, which is an insurance company, which at least I would never have thought about, that a bank stock would behave similar to an insurance company, because both the businesses are different, shareholder sentiments driving them are different. But in this case, that's true. I mean, as we can see, and there could be a very genuine reason for them to behave that way, which is a matter of further research and study. But that's what is the beauty of the data mining, that by simple pattern discovery like this, doing the principal component analysis, we can break the conventional logic and say that banks do not always go with banks. Banks can be combined with the groups of different stocks, and then you can see that the marketing and the financial services stock, they go with Tune Protect, which nobody would, at least I would not wonder that why would an insurance company behave like a financial services and private loan services company, but it does. So that's what is the story behind the principal component 1 and 2. 3 and 2 again has got a very different story to tell. That in 3, 3 represents more strongly RHB Bank, and not so much the rest of the stocks. But if you can take a look at uh, the oddity over here is that the public bank, it behaves similar to the insurance and the financial services stocks when it comes to the PC3 and PC2 comparison, which is again a different thing which no one would anticipate, but that's what this stock tells us. Principal component analysis has therefore revealed that RHB Bank does not behave like a public bank, so it cannot be put together. The time series of both the banks cannot be put together in the same group if you want to do the trading. Coming to the insurance sector, Takaful has got a very good correlation with with RHB Bank. So if somebody were to try to do a trading strategy, then they should definitely look at Takaful and RHB Bank. Similarly, the oddity is that not all the insurance companies behave the similar way. So Tune Protect does not behave the Takaful time series of Takaful. So they both cannot be clustered together. And that's again an oddity that we can observe from this principal component analysis. So that's about the principal component analysis video. Thank you for now.